In the far north of the Philippines, nestled along the windswept coastline of Cagayan, a brand new American-funded airstrip, Balikatan Airfield, has just been completed. This project, years in the making, marks a significant milestone not only for the region, but for the entire Indo-Pacific. This airstrip is more than just a stretch of concrete and steel. It represents a bold and calculated move in the ongoing power struggle that is rapidly intensifying across the Indo-Pacific. The construction itself was a feat of engineering, completed under tight security and with international attention. The world's eyes are now fixed on this narrow strip of land, recognizing its strategic importance that extends far beyond the borders of the Philippines. For many, it's a symbol of shifting alliances and the new realities of regional security. The airstrip is a direct response to China's growing influence and sweeping territorial claims in the South China Sea, a region that has become a flashpoint for global tensions. With each new development, the stakes for control and access to these waters only grow higher. Built under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, the airfield stands as the clearest sign yet of America's renewed commitment to its oldest Asian ally. It's a tangible demonstration of the U.S.-Philippine partnership, forged through decades of cooperation and shared interests. Strategically located near Taiwan and the Bashi Channel, Balikatan Airfield gives U.S. and Philippine forces a vital staging point at one of the world's most important maritime choke points. This location could prove crucial in any future crisis or conflict in the region. Unsurprisingly, Beijing has strongly condemned the project, calling it a provocation and a direct threat to regional stability. Chinese officials have warned of consequences, further fueling the already simmering tensions in the area. Today, the Philippines stands at the very center of a great power rivalry. Its new airstrip a powerful symbol of the difficult choices and challenges that lie ahead. As the world watches, the future of the region may well be shaped by what happens on this very ground. The U.S.-Philippine military alliance traces back over a century, forged in war and shaped by shifting power. After World War II, the Mutual Defense Treaty of 1951 cemented their partnership, with massive U.S. bases projecting power across Asia. Nationalist sentiment led to the closure of these bases in the 1990s, cooling ties for a time. But China's rise and assertiveness in the South China Sea reignited Manila's security concerns. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, signed in 2014, marked a new era: no permanent U.S. bases, but rotational access and joint facilities. The Balikatan Airfield is the latest product of this flexible, modern alliance. It balances Philippine sovereignty with the strategic access the U.S. needs to respond to regional crises. This evolution reflects a partnership continually adapting to Asia's changing realities. The South China Sea is now a global flashpoint, with China's sweeping 9-line claim overlapping the territories of its neighbors. Beijing has built militarized islands and harassed Filipino fishermen, turning the dispute into a daily struggle for the Philippines. An international tribunal ruled against China's claims in 2016, but Beijing ignored the verdict and intensified its activities. Lacking the power to enforce the ruling, Manila turned to the U.S. for stronger security guarantees. The new airstrip is a direct response, meant to deter further Chinese aggression and signal that the cost of escalation could be severe. The Balikatan Airfield, completed in December 2025, was a joint project, mostly U.S.-funded, transforming Lalo Airport into a military-grade facility. The $82 million upgrade enables it to host large U.S. transport planes and fighter jets, underscoring its strategic value. Construction was fast-tracked to be ready for the largest ever Balikatan military exercises. Officially, the airfield is for humanitarian and disaster relief, but its military purpose is clear. The project showcased U.S.-Philippine cooperation, with engineers from both countries working side by side. Yet, controversy followed. Local activists warned the base could make Cagayan a target in a U.S.-China conflict. The airstrip's completion highlights both the alliance's strength and the internal divisions it stirs in the Philippines. In Washington, officials hailed the newly constructed airstrip as powerful evidence of the ironclad U.S.-Philippine alliance, a partnership that has grown increasingly important in recent years as tensions rise in the Indo-Pacific region. American leaders described the project as a tangible demonstration of their commitment to supporting the Philippines, a key ally, and to maintaining a stable balance of power in Southeast Asia. They framed the airstrip not only as a strategic asset, but also as a crucial step toward ensuring regional stability and deterring potential threats in the area. The U.S. emphasized the humanitarian benefits of the project, highlighting how the airstrip could be used for disaster relief, emergency response, and joint training exercises that improve interoperability between American and Filipino forces. Yet, officials were careful not to mention China directly, sidestepping questions about Beijing's role in regional tensions. "These are Philippine bases, not U.S. bases," stressed the U.S. ambassador, making it clear that the facilities remain under Manila's control and sovereignty. The project was repeatedly framed as Manila's sovereign choice, a decision made by the Philippine government in pursuit of its own national interests and security needs. China's response, however, was swift and harsh, with officials in Beijing expressing strong opposition to the development. Chinese authorities called the move a direct threat to their national security, warning that it could destabilize the region and undermine peace. They dismissed the project as a relic of Cold War thinking, accusing the U.S. of trying to contain China and revive old hostilities. Beijing's state media quickly issued warnings to the Philippines, declaring that Manila was playing with fire by allowing the U.S. greater military access so close to Chinese shores. Chinese officials hinted at dire consequences if the base is ever used against Chinese interests, suggesting that any provocation could lead to serious escalation. This mix of official protest, stern warnings, and aggressive rhetoric is classic Chinese strategy, designed to intimidate Manila, pressure the Philippines to reconsider, and sow division among U.S. allies in the region. The airstrip has now become a focal point of both alliance building and confrontation, symbolizing the broader struggle for influence in the South China Sea. As joint U.S.-Philippines military drills intensify and Chinese warships patrol nearby waters, the risk of miscalculation grows, raising the specter of direct conflict. The stakes and the rhetoric have never been higher, with each side watching the other's moves closely and the world bracing for what comes next. In Cagayan, the new airfield brings both hope and anxiety. Locals welcome jobs and investment during construction, and many see the upgraded airport as a chance for economic growth and better connectivity. Business owners hope for more trade and tourism, focusing on the immediate benefits. But beneath the optimism, there's fear. Cagayan's proximity to Taiwan means it could be on the front line in any conflict. Fishermen worry about militarized waters and the risk of being caught between superpowers. Community leaders recall the social strains of past U.S. bases and question whether prosperity is worth the risk. The people of Cagayan live on a new geopolitical fault line, balancing hope for progress with fear of war. Their future is now tied to decisions made far beyond their shores. The Balikatan airfield's impact ripples across the Indo-Pacific, signaling America's enduring presence in Asia. Allies like Japan and Australia welcome the move, seeing it as a bulwark against Chinese expansion. For Southeast Asia, the airstrip complicates the region's delicate balance. Some quietly support it, others fear being forced to choose sides. The base's proximity to Taiwan is crucial. It could enable rapid U.S. response in a crisis, complicating China's military planning. This new reality raises the stakes for all, increasing the risk of miscalculation. The airstrip is meant to deter, but it could also become a flashpoint. A single incident could now escalate quickly, drawing in forces from this new facility. The region is on heightened alert, watching as superpowers maneuver on a dangerous chessboard. Security experts see the airstrip as a key node in a broader U.S. strategy, deterrence by denial. This means making it so difficult and costly for an adversary to attack or seize territory that they are discouraged from even trying. The airstrip, with its modern facilities and strategic location, is not just a runway, it's a message. It signals that the U.S. and its allies are prepared to defend their interests in the region, and that any hostile move will be met with a swift and coordinated response. By placing assets in northern Philippines, the U.S. complicates China's plans and raises the cost of aggression, especially over Taiwan. The proximity to Taiwan means that U.S. forces can respond more quickly to any crisis, and it also puts pressure on China to rethink its military calculations. This forward presence is designed to create uncertainty in Beijing's strategic planning, making any potential move riskier and less predictable. This marks a shift from counter-terrorism to classic great power competition. For decades, U.S. military focus in Asia was on fighting terrorism and insurgency. Now, the emphasis is on deterring a peer competitor, China, and preparing for high-stakes scenarios that could shape the future of the region. The EDCA sites are carefully chosen to create a resilient, distributed U.S. military posture. By spreading out forces across multiple locations, the U.S. reduces the risk that a single attack could cripple its presence. This network of bases and facilities allows for rapid deployment, flexible operations, and a stronger deterrent effect. For the Philippines, the risks are real. Beijing is likely to retaliate with economic pressure and gray zone tactics. These could include trade restrictions, cyber attacks, or maritime harassment, all designed to punish Manila for its closer alignment with Washington. The Philippines must now balance the benefits of U.S. support with the potential costs of Chinese retaliation. Experts agree the airstrip marks a point of no return. Manila has chosen to align more closely with Washington, accepting the risks. This decision reflects a broader calculation that the security guarantees and military backing of the U.S. outweigh the dangers of antagonizing China. It's a bold move that could redefine the Philippines' role in the region for years to come. The Indo-Pacific is now the central arena of great power rivalry, with the airstrip as a concrete symbol of new, hardened lines. The region is witnessing a military buildup not seen in decades, as both the U.S. and China seek to shape the balance of power. The airstrip stands as a visible reminder that the stakes are higher than ever. The question remains, will this posture keep the peace or light the fuse for a larger conflict? As military assets accumulate and alliances deepen, the risk of miscalculation grows. Only time will tell whether these moves will deter aggression or set the stage for confrontation in the Indo-Pacific. As the dust settles on the new runway, the strategic consequences are just beginning. The Balakatan airfield stands as a symbol of a revitalized U.S.-Philippine alliance and Manila's resolve to push back against coercion. China's reaction has been predictably sharp, and the coming months will test the alliance's strength. For Cagayan's people, the airstrip brings both opportunity and risk. They are now on the front line of a global rivalry. The hope is that deterrence will prevent conflict, but uncertainty looms. Will this new era bring stability or accelerate confrontation? The world watches, knowing the answer will shape the century ahead.